let's normalize shaming women like this. So a while back, I saw this video about this girl that had posted on social media, I think TikTok, about her going on a date with a guy, and he was taking her to Cheesecake Factory, and she was not having it because how dare this guy take her to the Cheesecake Factory when she should be going to a much upscale restaurant? Like, who does he think he is, and who does he think he's going on a date with?
This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
What's the problem with that?
This is a chain restaurant. Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant?
You want to talk about it?
Look at me. I cannot go in the Cheesecake Factory.
There's nothing wrong with
I will die. That's
Okay.
embarrassing.
Maybe we're not right for each other. So, respectfully, I'm going to just drop you off at home.
I mean,
Yeah.
isn't there some kind of compromise or something? Ladies, can you believe this?
Of course, that shit got flamed because 85–90% of people in the world go to Cheesecake Factory and love everything about it. So the mere fact that she thought she was too good for Cheesecake Factory was just the funniest thing ever. But also it was an eye-opener because some women out here are really out here thinking that they deserve so much more than they actually do. It goes back to the video that I did a while back about the woman that was expecting $100 for lunch. Like, where are these women coming from where they think that they are deserving of so much when they are not giving anything in return to even justify them getting these things that they're asking for? When that video first came out, I wasn't doing social commentary on my channel, but I saw it and I was like, man, I would love to talk about this one day, but maybe one day. But today came because I saw another video of a girl who tried to shame a guy for taking her to Starbucks.
So he told me we're going out for drinks, right? Why don't we pull up at a Starbucks?
What's wrong with Starbucks?
I got dressed like this to go to Starbucks?
Yeah, I told you it was gonna be a casual date. Casual, you know what casual
A
means?
casual as in getting drinks. So I dressed in a whole dress, heels and everything,
Okay, so
and we're getting coffee? You think I deserve a coffee date?
First off, the nerve of some people. Like, I'm just like so upset at where we're at when it comes to social media. Like, there's a lot of ups to social media, but there's a lot of downs. There's so many downs. I try to showcase it on my channel as much as possible because it's like, I don't know where people are getting this courage to just be disrespectful on social media and feel justified in it because they have a following. And there are some people in the background that are cheering them on, but there's a lot of people that are helping them understand your behavior is not good. I'm gonna need you to take it down a notch.
first date should
I'm
be
sorry.
casual.
Do you not comprehend who I am, what I look like, and you think that I deserve a coffee date? This is a PSA to all you ladies. Get to know somebody before you go on a date,
All right,
because this is not a date.
Don't do this.
I don't know who you took out before. This is not a date.
They chose the right ones because there's no way that that's going to be okay for the average guy to do a thing that he doesn't have to do, plan a date. These were all first dates. The Cheesecake Factory one and the Starbucks one, they were both first dates. So the mere fact that that first guy took her was even attempting to go to Cheesecake Factory was like, I applaud you, sir, because you didn't have to go that far. On the scale of cheap to upscale when it comes to chain restaurants, Cheesecake Factory is like maybe like a 6 or a 7 up there. It's not cheap. And the food actually is really, really good. So it was just like the audacity to a certain degree. Like, why would you think that you're too good for Cheesecake Factory when the average person would go there and enjoy every bit of it? And then you have a girl who shames a guy for taking her to Starbucks, which is probably one of the most expensive, disgusting coffee shops I've ever been to. It's basically dirt water with a lot of milk and sugar. But people go. But this guy doesn't know you though. So he's taking you to a place that's not gonna break the bank so he can get to know you more. So if the date goes well, he can move on and probably plan a dinner date. And the nerve of this chick to shame this guy.
Don't
This
do
is a cheap date.
Oh, so okay, so now it comes out cheap, right?
How else would you see this as? Their drinks are like $5.
Okay, so instead you wanted me to take you to like what? You wanted me to take you
A
to
restaurant. You know, you're supposed to wine and dine me. You're supposed to be a man.
It's always good to be able to understand where you're at on the beauty scale. And I see this all the time on YouTube. It gets kind of exhausting after a while because it's like, you really got to be talking to dumb people if they don't fully understand where they're at on the beauty scale. Like, when it comes to me, on an everyday, I'm a 5. I'm a good average 5. If I do myself up, I'm a good 6. I think a lot of times when you are aware of where you're at on the beauty scale, it's easier for you to navigate the world and be less upset when things happen. Because what happens is that people out here thinking that they are like the most beautiful person on the planet, they actually are very average. And I'm not trying to play into this shit that they do on YouTube, because people do it a lot. They ask women to rate themselves, and I think that's so idiotic to do. But in a way, it's kind of good. But it's just like one of those things that you don't need to post on social media. In my opinion, I don't think it's necessary, and it doesn't really do any good for people to do that. Especially when the guys that are asking girls to do this, there's nothing that they're really benefiting from except for shooting these girls down and calling them ugly when they think that they're gorgeous. But in my mind, it's like one of those reflective things. Like you look in the mirror, you look at yourself, in your mind, think of the most beautiful person you've ever seen on TV and magazines. Then you look at yourself, you just come to a realization in your head, am I that gorgeous or am I just an average looking chick? And if I'm average, what can I work on to be gorgeous? Because you can be an average looking girl with a good personality. Your pool of men that you're trying to get is probably going to be bigger than the average girl that's gorgeous, that has a beautiful face, but has a terrible personality. This chick with this Starbucks guy was on a whole new level. She thought she was a Victoria's Secret Angels model. I was like, bitch, you an average 5.
And you're supposed to be cooking for me. You're supposed to be a woman.
I don't even know you that well yet.
Right. We're doing gender roles, right? You just said I'm supposed to be a man. I'm supposed to, wine and dine you, take you out to somewhere nice. That's a gender role.
As a date, yeah.
Okay, cool. And you could have came over to my house and cooked for me as a date. But we didn't do that, did we?
No, why would I be in your house if I just met you?
Why would I spend $200 plus on you if I just met you?
I'm sorry, and with that attitude, it definitely dropped you down to a 3. How are you even out here walking around claiming like you like some big top dog modeling agents are just banging on your door to get you some work? Like, take it down a notch. You work at Burger King. It's not that serious.
Where you work again? Where you work?
What does that matter?
Grocery store, right?
What does that matter?
Right. So I make more money than you, right?
Okay. Well, obviously,
I had to pick you
you're
up,
cheap
right?
with it.
I had to pick you up, right? You live in an apartment, right?
Okay.
I live in a house. I have a car. I have a good job.
And
I have to win you over. You the prize though, right?
The guy handled it really well. Like, he didn't go off. He wasn't ghetto. She kept on running her mouth to the point where he's like, you know what? I'm not even gonna take your ass home. I'm gonna let you out here and you're gonna find your way home. I respect that. Because who's gonna really take that level of disrespect? You're getting your ass out of my car and finding your way home because you could have just kept your mouth shut. The fact of the matter is, I really do enjoy when people shame people like that. And it just sucks because a good portion of the people that create these videos are women, and it kind of sucks. People see women doing this and they expect this to be a common thing when they meet women. While it's a small group of people that act like this, they post and they're the loudest. So it's easy for men to be like, I'm not taking these women out on dates because I'm not trying to do something that I didn't think was wrong. Then I end up on someone's social media, on someone's TikTok, and being shamed for being something that I'm not. Someone's defaming my character, calling me cheap, calling me broke, when I'm not that. I just chose the wrong place. Not everybody thinks like that. The mere fact that you even thought of a place for us to go is respectful enough. It's just that sometimes you find women, again, you got to point out the red flags, because a lot of times you can hear the red flags, you can see the red flags without even having to ask. And if you ignore it, you're going to set yourself up to be completely upset the more you hang out with this person and get to know them, because you should have addressed the red flags initially, but then you just let it go because the person was pretty or they said all the nice things. There's a level of respect that's not there when women do stuff like this. It's one thing to like take someone out on a date and you bring them to a restaurant that they probably went to before and didn't have a good experience, but there's always taste and tact. Like, you can let this person know that this probably isn't the place that you want to be at, or if you know that this person made an effort to set up a date for you to go there, you have to make the fucking most of it. People feel like they're entitled to share their opinions, which they are. Taste and tact. You have to be tasteful with stuff. If someone is going out of their way to do something nice for you, the least you can do is show that you respect their efforts and make the fucking most of the situation. I'm going to a restaurant that I personally do not like, but this person planned it, not knowing that I did not like this restaurant. I am going to be appreciative. I'm going to go to the restaurant. I'm not going to order the most expensive thing. I'm going to find something on the menu that I feel like I'm going to like. If the food isn't that good, I'm just going to let them know this wasn't my cup of tea, but I appreciate you bringing me here because you didn't have to. Like, you don't have to love things that you generally don't like, but you don't have to disrespect someone for making an effort. And I think that sometimes people are out here being told that they can do whatever they want, voice your opinion, you a bad bitch, and all this shit. And they leave out, but be respectful. A person that speaks your mind and still be respectful, like, you, both things could be right at the same time. And it's so sad that you have to say that to people nowadays, because some people don't understand, oh, I could voice my opinion and be respectful to the person at the same time. I didn't know that was a thing. Yeah, motherfucker, like, what the hell you thought? You just out here disrespecting people because they doing something that you didn't like, but you didn't tell them that you didn't like that? Like, they're supposed to just read your mind? At the end of the day, I'm very happy that this is a thing that I am able to talk about. Men will see this and think that all women are like this when that's not the case. They're just the ones that have the biggest mouths. 90% of the women, if you brought them to Cheesecake Factory, would love it. 90% of women to Starbucks, they would love it. You just have to be sure that you are vetting these women right. Are they respecting you? Like, is the first thing that come out their mouth something respectful? Or are they being disrespectful? Are they putting on because they really just want a free meal? You can see these things from a mile away if you're looking for it. Beauty out the way, because no one's going to go out with someone that's ugly. Beauty out the way. Is this person respectful? And not just to you, to other people around you, because you have to be aware of your surroundings. I feel like I should teach a course on this. From being a server over 10 years, you notice a lot of things. And the thing about it is that it's not just them being respectful to you, it's how they treat other people too, because eventually, if you're around someone that is so okay with being disrespectful to other people around you, don't get it twisted. It will eventually happen to you. And don't be shocked when it does, because you saw the red flags. You just ignored it because the person was pretty. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell so you're always notified about the new videos that I have coming out. Let me know in the comments below, am I off about this video? You know, maybe those girls in that Cheesecake Factory video and in that Starbucks video was justified in what they were saying. Maybe I'm just completely wrong. Those guys were shit. I don't know. I have an opinion about what I see, and I don't think that women like this should be put on a pedestal or used as the standard, because I don't think all women think like this. But let me know in the comments below, because I'd be very intrigued to read what you guys think. Also, if you guys do not know, I have a fingertip. What does that mean? A fingertip. Because I used to have a Linktree, but I got rid of it because it was kind of basic. Then I got an email for this site called Fingertip, and they created like a very generic platform for me, and I just customized it, and I kind of like it. So you'll see everything that I do up there. I have a Patreon, food content, because I'm a food and drink influencer, travel a lot, and I do like short films from the food and drink content that I find. All that could be found in the description bar below, so definitely check it out. And if you guys enjoy my videos and love my content, you know what to do. And I'll see you all in the next video.